Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Pac-Manufactured, a series all about Pac-Man clones. In this episode we're looking at The Pac-Man, developed by J.M. Stark and released for the PC in 2012. Now, I'm not going to beat around the bush with this. I think this is probably the best Pac-Man clone we've ever featured on the show. So, The Pac-Man basically takes the traditional Pac-Man formula in roaming around mazes, eating pellets. Once you've eaten them all, you can clear the maze and move on to the next. You have power pills for eating ghosts, and that's very much the traditional setup. What isn't traditional is the way it progresses. So in the early stages, we're looking at very simplistic mazes with no power pills. Just introducing you to the mechanics. Each stage sort of gets a little bit more interesting and complex. I don't want to say complex. It basically just introduces more gimmicks, and to the point that when you're getting into the later stages, you're dealing with an awful lot of different things that the game decides to throw at you. Things like panels that disappear when you move over them, meaning that you can block yourself into certain areas if you don't think about your path through the maze. It's very easy for you to set yourself up into an area where you're boxed in with a ghost, for instance. But yeah, the real sort of selling point with The Pac-Man is just the way it's structured. It's a really nice way to introduce someone to Pac-Man, because it starts off very easy and it slowly introduces gimmicks and makes things more challenging as it goes on. It's also very, very pretty. Some excellent pixel art on display here. It looks really lovely. Each area is themed, so we've got sort of like a grassy forest area, and then a sort of desert area, and then a more sort of like technological sort of, I don't want to say sci-fi, it looks more like an oil platform sort of thing, so it's sort of based on technology and structure like that. Yeah, it's a really cool little game. It plays really well as well. There's none of this sort of grid-based locking yourself into position that we were getting on certain Pac-Man clones. As long as you're moving along a corridor, you won't stop moving until you meet a junction, and then you'll only go, you'll only change directions if you're actually pushing a different direction. So it all feels very natural. The ghosts are nice and aggressive. They do put up a good challenge. They do feel like they're actually, making a beeline for you, and there's some decent challenge to be had here, and it's a really fun thing to play. Like I say, it looks really nice. I really like the way they've made it sort of like, I don't want to say a proper game, but they've given it more like a single player sort of career mode structure to it, which makes it really nice to progress through. Yeah, like I say, it starts off simple, and as it goes on, it gets a little bit more challenging, which is great. Like it keeps your attention. There's always something new to introduce you to, and the gimmicky stages change up a little bit. There'll be some stages where you don't have any pellets at all, and you only have power pellets to use. So you've got to make good use of the power pellets so that you eat as many ghosts as possible, so that you can then get across to the other side of the maze to get the other power pellet before a ghost comes after you. Yeah, it's really challenging. And what I like about those stages in particular as well is that the goal is not to eat all the pellets. It's more the fact that it's to eat all the ghosts. So yeah, lots of interesting ideas here. It's basically playing with the Pac-Man formula, making a really interesting game out of it, and I would highly recommend playing this. It's one of the best Pac-Man clones that we've played on the channel, if not the best. I can't really sort of sing its praises anymore, to be honest with you. It's an amazing looking game. I love the structure of it. I love the art. It's very much the sort of thing I look for in a clone. I really enjoy interesting gimmicks and different stage layouts, and basically just keeping things fresh and playing with the formula to the point that it makes something a little bit different, a little bit more interesting to play. And yeah, the Pac-Man absolutely nails it. It's a really good little game. Highly recommended. Please go and check it out. It can be downloaded. Just search for it, honestly. Like a quick Google search will give you the links that you need to go and download this. A really solid game. Please go and check it out.